Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study the second lesson of English grammar. In this lesson, we will study some important concepts and important definition about the grammar. This lesson gives you a basic information or basic knowledge about grammar. From the first class, you have studied English grammar. First class, second, third, now 6th, 7th or 8th class you are studying. But actually you do not know what is a grammar. You have a grammar book, what is the definition of grammar. And in this lesson we will study the definition of grammar, what is the importance of grammar in a language, who is known as the father of English language, then any tips or technique to improve our efficiency in English language, and all these things we will study in this lesson. I think that you already got the PDF note, and now if you take your fair copy, you can easily understand the explanation. So you should take your fair copy, take this second lesson grammar page. The first is the origin of word grammar. The word grammar comes from the Greek language. It means craft of letters. Word grammar, that comes from the Greek language. You know, most of the English words came from the Latin language and Greek language. Latin and Greek, both are very old languages in the world. Here the word grammar, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Some students have a doubt about the spelling of the grammar. Most of the students are using G-R-A-M-M-E-R. Wrong, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. That is the correct spelling of grammar. And remember and by head study the spelling of grammar. And this word is coming from a Greek word. The meaning of this word grammar made in Greek, the craft of letters. Craft means if anything made by our hands using, that is known as the craft work, you know, craft work. So craft of letters, that means some work or hand work of the letters. That is meaning of grammar. This word grammar origin from Greek language. The second is what is a grammar? What's grammar? First, a grammar is a system of language. The grammar covers all the parts of any language. English has its own grammar, Hindi has its own grammar, Punjabi has its own grammar, Japanese has its own grammar. See, every language has its own grammar. So it covers all the areas of language, written language and spoken language. It covers all the areas, both written and spoken language. The second, it is the study of words, how they are used in a sentence, how they change in different situations. Here the letters, you know, ABC letters, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D letters. Totally 26 letters in English grammar. This is start from the letters. After that, this is the first part of writing. The second part is words. This letters forms the words. The third is the words forms the sentence. The words forms the sentences. 3 steps: letters, words and sentences. And in spoken English it creates the sounds. This letters, this words, sentence, this is a written form, this is a spoken form. In spoken form it produces the sounds. Here it is a study of words, spelling, vocabulary, opposite, synonyms, and how they are used in a sentence. Then if you want to write an sentence, I am going to I am going to Jaipur. it is a sentence. And in this sentence, total how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 sentences we can see in this sentence. I am going to Jaipur. And these words are setting in an order. In another way, we can write this sentence like this. I going to Jaipur. I going to it is also a group of the words, but it is also in an order. And these words here, these words are arranged in a particular order. So we can definitely say that it is a sentence. It is also a group of words, but it is not a sentence because it is not giving any of the meaning. So grammatically it is full of mistake, this sentence. So here look, I. After the I, the word am used. There is a grammar rule behind this use. After am, ing form of the verbs. There is a grammar rule here. Then we used one preposition to, then one noun we used. And in this sentence has a structure. This sentence has an arrangement of order. And this sentence is written based upon a certain grammar rules. So it is a study of words, how they used in a sentence. It is a study of words 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and how they used or how they placed in a sentence. How they change in different situations. Another some different situation, the words will change. This we are using the present tense. We can change this sentence. I will go to Jaipur. We change the sentence. How they change in different situations. And this situation is future tense. Here, another situation. In another situation, the words is changed in a sentence. In present tense, the one form of words, they are changed in the future tense and they are changed again in the past tense. So words are changed in different situations in a sentence. The same words, that words are changing. The words are changing according to the situations. These rules we will study in English grammar. How we can change a sentence according to the situation. It is a study of words, how they are used in a sentence and how they change in different situations. Third one, it is a study of way words are used to make sentence simply. It is a study of the way, methods, the methods, which are the techniques, which are the formulas to change the words according to the different situations in different sentences to make or to get different sentences. It is a study of way words are used to make sentences. This is the known as the what is grammar. Then the definition of grammar. And here in your PDF, 3 definitions already given. The first one is more important to you. Grammar is the whole system and structure of a language, including the rules for the way words are formed and the relationship to each other in a sentence. Here the words are connected in a sentence. The words are connected in a sentence. Here, go, Jaipur, the 2 words are connected. I go Jaipur, 3 words. The 3 words are connected in this sentence. And how these 3 words are connected in a sentence, that you will study in English grammar. Grammar is a whole system and structure of a language, including the rules for the way words are formed and their relationship. There is a relation between the words to each other, to each words in a sentence. That we will study in grammar. And that arrangement is based upon certain rules or formulas. This is known as the grammar. Once again, grammar is the whole system of a language, whole system and structure of a language, including the rules, some rules also. For the way words are formed. For what rules? To way the words are formed and the relationship in a sentence according to the various or different situations. The second, grammar is a systematic study and description of a language. Another definition for a grammar, it is a systematic study of a language. If you study the grammar, you already studied that language. If you studied the Spanish grammar, what is the meaning? You already studied the Spanish language. The grammar is a set of rules and examples dealing with the syntax and word structures of the sentence. Another definition, here the grammar is a set of rules, it is a collections of rules, collections of formulas, collections of laws, examples and the structure of the word structures we can. Go, gone, went, going, the different forms of the words. The go, for example, go in some places we will use to go. Another sentence, going, went, past tense, gone, G-O-N-E. So this is a word structure, and these changes the word structure we will study in English grammar. So first and very good definition is that first definition is very good one. The grammar is a whole system and structure of a language, including the rules for a way the words are formed and their relationship to each other in a sentence. Let's take the next part. Next part means next heading, the types of grammar, different kinds of grammar. Actually, there are various, numerous types of grammar, but here we will study only 5 types of grammar. In higher classes, you will study something more about it. Total of 5. One is a pedagogical grammar, prescriptive grammar, universal grammar, comparative grammar, and lexicographer. The first is a pedagogical grammar. Pedagogical grammar means the course in a school. You have a grammar book, mascot publication, grammar book available in your hand. And your teacher will teach based upon that book. That's school education, school grammar. School students are studying the grammar. That grammar is known as the pedagogical grammar. Pronunciation is pedagogical grammar. It is a course in a school that a teacher follows. In every school has a grammar book for the students. One teacher, students they are studying, or their teacher will teach based upon that book. That system, that type of grammar is known as a pedagogical grammar. Okay. Then second is prescriptive grammar. Prescriptive grammar study more complex aspects of language. It is something more about your school courses. After your school courses and higher studies, you can study more about this grammar part. Then universal grammar, next. Study how people acquire language, how the people are learning a language, the technique, stages, methods, that study is known as the universal grammar. The number 4 is a comparative grammar. Comparative study of various languages. Compared to the various Greek language, French language, comparison, or English language to any another language, Japanese language, or Hindi language to Kashmiri language, or Gujarati language to Tamil language. It's a comparison between the language. That study is known as a comparative grammar. The last one is the lexicographer. For study how words and usage interrelate to create meaning. The words and usage interrelate to create meaning. As far as concerned the meaning of the words, how the words and usage interrelated to making the meaning. This we will study in the lexicographer. This will also you will study in higher class. But here we will study the middle class students will study the pedagogical grammar, the school based grammar. The balance 4 types of grammar you will study in higher classes. The next topic is the importance of English grammar. The grammar is very important because it provides information that help us to the better talk about the language. Then what is the importance of grammar for a student? That if you study the grammar very well, you can handle the language easily. That means you will fluent in that language. If you study the English grammar very well, you will become a fluent in English grammar. Otherwise, you can't write in English, you can't read in English. Number of language problems. The grammar is very important. Why? Because it provide means it gives you information, knowledge, and this knowledge that will help you better talk in English, to better handle this language. That is the importance of grammar study. The second is it names the types of words and words group that make up sentences. And it gives them names or types of words. I told you go, gone, went, that type of, and we can study that things and word groups also. Actually the word groups make the sentence, but the word groups are forming in a based upon certain rules, and these rules is we will get it from the grammar. If you study the grammar, you can arrange the sentences based upon the grammar rules to get the correct or perfect meaning. Then number 3, the knowledge of grammar is a key to speak in English fluently and confidently. That is very important to you. Then if you want to speak in English fluent or very well, with confidence, now the most of the students, they have no confidence to speak in English. And if you know the knowledge of the English grammar, it will give you confidence and fluency in English, and you can fluently talk to any others. Okay. Then the last topic here. And who is known as the father of English grammar? In every subject has a father. You must study who is known as the father of mathematics, who is known as the father of science, like that. But here is also one person is known as the father of English grammar. His name is Lindley Murray. Lindley Murray is known as the American lawyer. He is known as the father of English grammar. Just I will read it. Lindley Murray is known as the father of English grammar. He was born in New York in 1745. In 1745, he was born in America, New York. He interested in literature and science. He very much interested to study literature, English literature and science. Literature means poem, poetry, novels. That's a particular category in English language, literature. And science also he was married. By the age of 22, he moved to England. 22, he went to England, where he stayed until 1771. Up to 1771, he lived in England. Again, he returned to America in 1784. Then he came back to America in 1784. He published his famous book, Grammar of the English Language, in 1795. In 1795, he published a book. That book became very famous in the world. That book gives the rules of English grammar firstly in the world. The Grammar of the English Language. That is the name of the book. The Grammar of the English Language. Then it is considered as the standard English grammar textbook. This is the first time in the history of the world one grammar book. But this book consists of basic English grammar rules. Actually, he made the basic English grammar through this already given from his book. Then his other works, English exercise, English other name of his books. English exercise another book, and English reader is also another book. And this is also very important. Keep in your mind, don't forget who is known as the father of English grammar. Lindley Murray is known as the father of English grammar. What was the name of his book? Grammar of the English Language. And when it was published in 1795, it was published, and all things is important. This is the first part of the second lesson. Again, we will meet the next part. Next part means the next part of this grammar lesson. Second lesson, I will give some important tips to improve your English efficiency. Conversational English, spoken English, how you can study English, some practical techniques I will provide. So we should wait for the next video. Thanks to all.